All fine. How are you, John?
I'm fine.
I'm doing great, actually. I can't complain. So just got off the phone with the client a little bit ago and sold another bot. That I'm gonna have
Awesome.
one of my freshers build. So yeah, I can't really complain. I'm always having a good day. When you're the boss, I think you're always having a good day, no matter how it goes. So
And how George?
George, come. George is over here. He's over here sitting in on Keita's lap eating some food. So
Yeah.
you see him over here? He's right over here.
Yeah. Yeah, I see.
He's right there just playing around. So he's having food. Here's George right here. George, come. There's George. George is doing good. Go back over there. Oh, shit. See, he's gone.
My kids like him too.
Yeah, he's a cool pet. He's a really cool pet. So what do you guys want to learn today while you're here? Any particular things you guys want to go over? Or you guys want to keep working on this Italian restaurant bot?
Want to start a new bot?
Let's continue the restaurant, but let's put it in the level of perfection.
You see that? So who said they wanted to start a new bot? Who was that?
That's me, the Dutch guy.
Hey, Dutch guy. What type of bot you want to start?
I want to start a new restaurant bot from scratch.
Well, we're already in the middle of doing that, man. We already started a new restaurant.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck! Then we're gonna make a pizza bot.
So we started.
You can watch the videos.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could catch it. We're like 3 sessions into this new restaurant bot now, so you can just
no
watch
problem. Then we continue in the restaurant bot.
Yeah,
I'll hook on.
Yeah, we could send you out the replays to the other sessions, because literally we started this bot from scratch on one of the training sessions from a complete bare bot, and we've got it. I mean, it's not all the way finished, but it's a good chunk of the way. The last video, the last session we did restart your order. In case you started an order and you wanted to start over, we did a checkout. We did the checkout as well, so that you could actually check out and then generate a custom invoice so that you can go ahead and pay online. And then I think where we left off is we needed to do a notification. So we needed to go in and actually do a notification through Facebook if they want to actually be notified that they have. So this is where we left off, right? We left off here.
Okay. No problem.
So what we needed to do is we needed to build this Zapier integration here where they could tell us when they want to pick up this order. And then we needed to build out this Zapier integration here if they decide that they want to get notified through Facebook. And this is not actually going to be a Zap. This is just going to be called FB Notify. So that's just going to be a tag that we're going to give them that's called Facebook Notify, so that we can just notify them through Facebook. And then we're going to go in and actually move that and route that guy over there. So now what we actually need to build is we need to build out this Zapier integration right here. And this Zapier integration is going to be certain pickup time. And I really want to spell certain correct, and it doesn't look like I know how to spell certain correct. That looks like it though. So now we're going to trigger off that Zap if these guys want this to happen at a certain time. So let's create that Zap. For that Zap, we're going to use ManyChat. We're going to use ManyChat whenever a new trigger Zap event happens. And whenever that new trigger Zap event happens, it's going to be from this Italian restaurant demo bot. That event is going to be a certain pickup time. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go in and actually we're going to look up our Google Sheet. We're going to search for a row. We're going to look up from the spreadsheet that we created earlier that contains all our orders, and we're going to look by their ManyChat ID. And we're going to look by their ManyChat ID. And we're just going to grab this guy right here, and we're going to pipe him in here so that we get some result back from Zapier. And we're going to add another step, and that's also going to be a Sheets. And we're going to update a spreadsheet row. And that is going to be on this Italian demo bot. It is going to be sheet 1. The row himself is going to be we're going to use a custom value. So we are going to first, let's just delete this guy. And let's go in and add sheets again. And let's update a spreadsheet row. And we're going to add a search step. And we're just going to go ahead and delete that guy. And we're going to look up a column, ManyChat ID. This was a guy we just built, but we have to basically build again. It's going to be that guy. So now we've got that lookup value. And we've got that step right there. Let's delete that guy. Actually, you know what? Zapier is being really stupid. So we're just going to delete that guy as well. And then we're going to start over again to keep Zapier from being so stupid. So we're going to pick this spreadsheet here. We're going to pick this worksheet here. We're going to add a search step. That's going to be row 2. We're going to look this guy up. We're going to do this again. That lookup column is going to be the ManyChat ID. So now we've got our row there. And we're going to update this order date with his pickup time. That's all we're going to update. And now we're going to come over here and we're going to grab this guy, give that to a name. And you would think that by now I would have learned how to spell Italian and restaurant, but I still haven't learned that, and I probably won't. I probably won't learn it no matter how much time we spend on this. So now what we want to do is come back over here. Now, that guy should be good. That guy should be good. This guy was good. So let's delete this row. And let's also come in here and delete this row. And then let's come back to Facebook over here. And let's push this out to ourselves. And we're going to say we want this for pickup. Oh, we definitely wanted that for pickup. Let's try that again. Okay, this is for pickup. I would like to pay. Does it matter how I pay? Because I don't really want to test that part. If I want to pay at location, that's fine. So I'll just pay at location. And I want to pick up at a certain time. Now, I think my issue is here. I haven't checked out. So I need to actually check out first. I need to check out because if I don't check out, then my order is not going to be added to my spreadsheet. So I definitely need to check out. So it looks like Facebook has an issue with me right now. There we go. Now we can check out. Topo's buddy, could I have some tea? Have some tea, some chai. So I do still want to check out. This is going to be pickup. I'm going to pay at location. So now I should have an order right here. And this looks like my order right here. Is that my order? That is my order. Total is 105. There, my total is 105. Payment in store. Status is new. So now I'm going to come in here and say I want to pick this up at a certain time. When would you like to pick up your order? And I'm going to say 5:30 p.m. And I should see, oops. I need to put that there because I put it in the wrong spot. So let's come back over here and let's delete this guy. And let's come back over here and tell this guy that we want to check out. There, he gives me my order. Do I still want to check out? Yes, I do still wish to check out. This is going to be for pickup. I'm going to pick up at location. I want to pick up at a certain time. I want to pick this up at 7 p.m. So now I can see that he wants to pick that up at 7 p.m. So now you can see I'm editing what time he wants to pick it up, whether it's going to be ASAP, he wants to pick this up as soon as possible, or whether he wants to give me a particular time in which he wants to pick it up. So I can see this dude wants to pick it up at 7 p.m. and he's going to pay in store. Now remember, this payment, if he decides to pay online, whenever we send him an invoice, this will be updated that he's actually paid this. Once he actually pays, this will automatically get updated so I can see that it's been paid. And then this status right here, this status is what we're going to actually use to fire off this step right here. Okay, so now we got this next step right here. Would he like to be notified via Facebook? Okay, so let's build that out. Let's go to our dashboard. Let's make a new Zap. And we are going to use this Google Sheets here. We are going to do this whenever there's an updated row.
John, can we add an option if he want to get notification via Facebook, SMS, or email?
Yeah, sure.
We could also add do you want to use a coupon or you have one?
We could add that as well, but we probably should have added that. We probably should add that if you want to.
Right?
We probably should add that here before he actually goes in and decides he wants to pay, right? I'm gonna have to add that if he wants to use a coupon over here, because I'm gonna need to take that coupon, go out, fetch that coupon, make sure it's a valid coupon, and then I need to update his order total before he actually pays, and I render that invoice.
Can we add this later after we finish?
We could add that at any time. We could add that at any time we want. Now the only issue that we're gonna have here is the only issue that we're gonna add here is notify via Facebook. So you want to allow him to get notified via text message, via text
Yeah,
message.
I want to give him options how he want to prefer to get notification, SMS, maybe an email, Facebook, whatever he likes.
Well, you're making this substantially. You're making this substantially more difficult for me, but no problem.
If it's too difficult and this will be a pain in the ass for you, it's no problem. We can skip this for now.
It's not going to be that bad. So, I mean, we can do it. It's just going to take a little bit more time because I'm going to have to create 3 zaps, and then I'm going to have to. I need to create this guy anyways. So I'm literally going to have to create 4 zaps here. So I'll go in and actually create 4 zaps, and with those 4 zaps, then I should be able to accomplish exactly what I want to do. So now I'll route him in here.
Your company Balkan Text, I think it's offer something like this we can use in this system, like notification by SMS or call, something like this. I don't know. So it will be a good idea to go through how we can use this.
So we could do Facebook, we can do SMS, we could do phone call. Let's leave this phone call off because I don't have that phone call ready, and it won't be ready until probably the end of the day tomorrow. So that will be ready tomorrow. Well, we could essentially do it right now. So we could still do it right now, but I would just not have to use my platform. I'd have to use another platform. So let's just give these options. All right. So if he wants to get notified, we're gonna let him get notified via Facebook. All right, so these guys need to be over here because for these two guys, we actually need to get some user input. So for this guy, we need to, if this is SMS, we need to ask him a question. And this is going to be a phone number. And this is going to be phone number. And then we need to ask him for an email. And this is also going to be, do we have an email? We don't have an email for this guy. Let's not let him skip this. This is going to be email. And so we've got, also don't want to let him skip that. So we're going to continue automatically, route him there. We're going to route him there. We're going to route him there. Add tag, this is going to be Facebook notify. We're going to add tag, this is going to be SMS notify. And then we're going to add a tag here, this is going to be email notify. Okay, so now we've got that flow. And then so we'll just do that. So now we've got that flow routed. All right. So now let's first create, what we need to do here is we also need to go in and create a new piece of content called order status notifications. And in this piece of content, what we're going to do here is we're going to actually start off with a condition. And we're going to match if tag is Facebook notify. We want these three conditions here. Actually, this guy is going to be, the thing is that this guy is going to be, route this guy right back down in here. This guy is going to be, the thing is, that means if I do it this way, then every single person is going to get notified because this last thing here is going to go in there. So not quite sure how I want to actually handle that. So if this is SMS notify, if this is email notify, then I can do that. Oh, I know how I can do that. Because all we're going to do here are actions. Here we're going to trigger his app. called Facebook Notify. Here we're going to copy that guy 4 times. Okay. Here we're going to route that guy there. If no, we're going to route him there. If no, we're going to route him there. If yes, we're going to route him there. If yes, we're going to route him there. This is what we're going to do. We're not going to trigger a zap on this one. On this one, we're going to remove a tag, and that tag is going to be doesn't matter. That tag can be anything because he's at this point he has no tag. So this is just a complete arbitrary step to end out this action because we have to have this guy go to a no. So this is just a complete arbitrary step because what we're going to do since we have these 3 different notification types, what we're going to do is we're going to build a zap that listens to this guy right here. Okay, so when this guy's order status changes, that is going to trigger out a zap. All right, now that zap will push down a piece of content, and that piece of content will be this piece of content right here, where we look for this particular user whose order was just updated. We look and we see how they wanted to be notified, and then we trigger a zap accordingly, and we send back up to Zapier a notification that says, hey, I need to notify this guy either by Facebook or through email. This is SMS, or through email. This is email. Okay, so as soon as an order gets updated, every order that gets updated, we're going to trigger a zap, and we're going to push down a piece of content to our user, which is going to be this piece of content. Now, this piece of content is going to walk right into this conditional block that basically looks and says, how did this user want to get notified, and trigger the appropriate zap. So essentially, except for this guy, this is if he didn't want any type of notification, we're just going to arbitrarily remove this tag that this user is not going to have anyways. This user already doesn't have this tag. If he had this tag, then he would have hit this condition and he would have exited right here and not exited right here. So literally this means do nothing. This is just a do nothing step, and I can just change that there and call it do nothing, because nothing will literally happen. We'll never remove this tag because that tag doesn't actually exist for that user. Okay, so now we can publish this piece of content, which is order status notification. So now we can go in and look at this, and we can go to sheet 1. We are going to trigger on status, and we're going to continue. And we are going to continue. And we're going to use mini chat. And then we are going to send down a piece of content. We're going to send content to user. Good night, buddy. And we're going to send it to this user here. And this user is going to be a custom value. And hopefully he's somebody we can get from our sheets. And it is. We can grab that guy. And the content that we're going to send down is going to be this order status notification. So now what we want to do is skip that test, finish this guy, order updated, still can't spell either one of these. Still can't spell either one of these guys. I was hoping I would have got it, but I still can't spell anything. So there's that. All right. So now what's going to happen is whenever this happens, we're going to basically push down this piece of content right here, which will then in turn go in and do these zaps. So we need to first go in and create these zaps. Oh, actually, what I want to do here. All right. What I want to do here is come over here. All right. What I want to do over here is I want to come over here and I want to create a custom field, and I want this custom field to be called order status. And I'll just make this a text. And then now over here, what I'm going to do is I'm also going to, before I send this content to a user, I'm going to set that custom field for the user. That way, whenever I do these other zaps, I don't have to have these arbitrary processes to go in and for each zap, look up this status from this spreadsheet, because I can grab the status right from ManyChat. As soon as I update this, then in this zap, I will push down also this order status and save this as a custom field for the user. That way, when I create these new three zaps, I don't have to go in and do a lookup and look up what this status is, because I don't want to create that same thing 3 times. So what I'm going to do to alleviate that is I'll just push down that order status, so that in my next zap, it's just going to be it's going to be a lot easier, because like I said, I can just query the order status right from the ManyChat guys. So this should be ManyChat custom field is going to be order status, and then the value is going to be this guy's status. So now that guy's done. All right, that guy's done, and I can test that just by coming in here and updating this to cooking, and then coming in here and continuing this guy. See it on my dashboard, and this was something like update order updated. And I actually want to rename this to order status updated. So now I can come in here and run this guy, and I should see that it's going to fire on one thing, and it fired on one thing. So now I should be able to go in here to my audience and go find that awesome dude, John Vaughn, and look at his order status. Does he not have an order status? Order status C has been updated to cooking now. So that's what I wanted to do. So now I'll go in and make these different zaps. First one I need to make is this Facebook notify. So I'm going to choose ManyChat. This is new trigger zap event. It's going to be on this guy. The event is going to be Facebook notify. So now here I have a couple different options what I can do here. So you could tell me what you want to do here. Here I could just send a generic text to him that his order status has been updated, or I could send him a nice little piece of content letting him know that his order has actually been updated. So that's completely up to you how you want to send this. If you want to send this do you want to send do you want to send more than a text, or do you just, is a generic text enough to send him just a generic text?
I think it would be much professional if each text fit the status. Like, it's cooking now, please give us like 5-10 minutes, half hour, I don't know.
So for that, we want to do this. Facebook order status update notification. Let's grab that guy. Let's create a new piece of content. Now let's go to Flow Builder, and then let's go in and add some conditions. All right. And our condition is going to be to check this order status. Okay. So now here, we're going to know what this is. If this is cooking, then we're going to send this out that this is cooking. All right. So here we could go in and actually create some card. Like this. Let's come back over here on this card. Let's put in some image. That was, what is that technique? There's that guy. Let me go in. Let me go in and just mute all you guys for right now. If you guys want to be unmuted, then be unmuted. But if you guys are doing shit in the background, then just mute yourself and just wait for me to mute you. So. So is that good enough?
John, I know you will hate me for this, but I think we can do like a condition. This can go if he orders something food, but if he ordered wine or something, this photo will not fit his order. So we can do like two ways to go.
So we can't do that right now because we've got no way to know what he's ordered so far, right? Not inside MiniChat. So if we want to do that, then we're gonna have to go in and if we want to do that, then we're gonna have to go into wherever he orders, and we're gonna have to somehow tag him that. But this will be fine, honestly. This will be fine. Because what we can do is we can just train our restaurant owner, right? Here's our restaurant owner. We can just train our restaurant owner that let's say he's going to give a different status here, okay? So let's say this is wine, right? All he's getting is wine. There's nothing to be cooked here. So we could just tell him to update this status to pulling from cellar or something like that, right? So we'll just tell him to update these statuses accordingly.
Yeah, this and we can easier and better. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it much better from our perspective. Yeah, all right. So I'm not sure what other status we would have. I mean, what other status do you think we would have besides this cooking?
Cooking and ready for pick, maybe.
Okay.
Or on the way for delivery. So we have 3.
There, that fits. That fits perfectly. What about that? Does that look good enough? I think that looks fine. If that doesn't look fine, then we'll tell our client that that's going to cost a little bit of money, and we'll get a graphic designer, and that designer will go in and just create an awesome, beautiful thing for that. So until then, we're going to use that one. So that's fine.
Yeah, we need a third one. Delivery on the way, something like this.
Well, we probably want this. Ready for pickup. That's ready for pickup. If not, this could be out for delivery. We could have another one of these guys and another one of these guys. This could be picked up. And this guy could be delivered.
I think also make one out of order, or it's in the trash can.
It's in the trash can. We're gonna throw it away.
Yeah, you're too late. We sold it to another one.
Okay.
Yeah, because otherwise you're waiting for the customer to come, and his Italian food is rotten.
Yeah, well, at this point, I mean, we would hope that we've already collected this guy's payment. So if his food's rotten, then, but I mean, we could.
Okay, but when you say you paid for it, but you have to pick it up within 20 minutes after you got the message, and after 20 minutes we cannot.
We cannot guarantee the
quality. Yes, yeah. the quality of the food.
Okay, so yeah, we could do that, no problem. So
like a disclaimer, basically.
Yeah, disclaimer for when you're not on time, we throw it in the cash bin or give it to the homeless.
Right.
Yeah, we should definitely give it to the homeless instead of throwing it in the trash bin.
Of course.
Say let's just go ahead and give it to those homeless guys. So I'm just gonna do this. Hey Dee.
Hello.
How are you today?
Doing well, thank you. How about yourself?
I'm great.
Good. I'm glad we're going through this process because it's very informative, and thanks for the link for the backup videos, because I think I missed the other day of this.
Yeah, and I just want to remind you guys that those backup videos do cost $10 a month. So if you go in my bot and you don't receive them, and my bot says, "Hey, you need to pay me," that is not a malfunction. That is, in fact, intended to be just like that.
Perfect.
So this is.
Then you have Dutch jeans.
This is ready for pickup. All right. So this is out for delivery.
The UPS guy, delivery.
I wanted to get
nice delivery only. Try delivery only. Maybe you get more photos.
This is where I mean let's do something like that. That's good. Right? Something like that would be good. This is where I would literally tell let's do this one. But this is where I would go in and just tell my client that, look, buddy, let's go ahead and we're going through the process to go ahead and build this bot. We're spending our time building this bot. Let's go ahead and get us a graphic designer to come in here and design us some nice professional images that match our brand. That's what I would do. I would just tell my client he needs to pay for a graphic designer. See,
yep.
That one he's...
Actually, we can have like a package of design added onto the value of the bot, so that would make people pay more for the service, right?
So that should be enough. Order updated to out for delivery. The delivery guy should be there very soon. All right, so this is picked up.
John, is there a sequence to be made that when you make a pizza, the pizza ordering is ordered, and then you're gonna make a pizza and it will take 15 minutes, and that you can say, well, within 15 minutes you got to be here, and after 15 minutes plus 5 minutes it will be sold to another one or give away?
We could do something like that if we wanted to. We could totally do something like that.
Okay.
So this is going to be another time where I'm going to have to tell my client that, buddy, we need a graphic designer because we want a custom image for this, because Google just doesn't have one that I can use. So I'm just going to use this one, even though it looks really stupid. I'm going to use this one because it's the only one I can find that says picked up. And like I said, if my client doesn't like this one, then I'm just going to tell him, yeah, you know what? I really don't like this one neither. That's why I'm saying that we need a graphic designer to come in and design these for us. So let's spend a little bit of money. Let's get a graphic designer so that our content matches and looks good. That is 6. So there's that.
By the way, John, if you tried restaurant pickup, you will get better quality images. I have just tried and it's much better.
I don't even know how to spell restaurant, man. What are you talking about? I can't even spell restaurant. So you said restaurant pickup?
There is someone with a bag down, something like this.
This guy?
No. Wait.
Up on the right.
Ah.
Yes.
Yes, this one.
This one right here?
No.
Yes.
This one you're talking about?
No, with the bag.
With the bag, yes.
In the middle now.
The guy with the watch down in the middle.
In the watch, with the watch in the middle.
Oh, this guy right here. Okay.
No,
Yes.
down.
Yes.
No, down more, you're saying?
Yes, down. Yes, this.
This one right
Yes.
here? I don't really like this one that much, but who cares? I mean, let's put it in.
Yeah, this one. Yeah.
I don't really care which one it is. Like I said, I wouldn't use any of these. I would just be telling my client, look, dude, you need to spend some money, buddy, and we need to get something custom made for you that matches your brand, that shows your restaurant there and doesn't show, somebody else's name on your food bag and stuff. So let's just get a designer and let's create you something that's custom and matches your brand. Because why spend all this money on a bot if the content inside the bot is not going to be any good? So
Of course.
So now this is delivered. So let's grab that.
And then after 20 minutes, you send another message with a coupon for the next pizza.
So
Oh, expires pickup was there as well.
actually, I saw one over here where the guy was actually at your door. I saw one earlier where the guy was literally at your door. So there was one where the dude was literally, this one right here. That was that iStock. Stock right there. So there we go. And this is going to be giving food to homeless.
Hey, John, there are also from the countdown counters. Is that possible to put in?
Yeah, but if we were to put in a counter, the only way I've figured out to put it in so far is to really have a GIF of the countdown.
Oh, a GIF of the countdown. But would it be possible to make, for instance, an Instapage page with a countdown?
Yeah, but we're not going to be able to render that Instapage page inside the bot.
Okay, thank you. Homeless.
So there we go. Now we've got this piece of content to send down whenever now we got that piece of content to send down whenever this zap has triggered. This zap being Facebook notify. So whenever that Facebook notify has happened, we're gonna send down that action, that piece of content to a user.
That piece of content will be sent to the Facebook Messenger, right?
That piece of content is because we're sending them out to a Facebook Messenger. So since we're sending it out to Facebook, we're going to send them this piece of content that has this initial block of conditional checks that checks their order status that we push whenever, as soon as we update this, we're pushing their order status back down to those guys as a custom field. So now we're going to check that custom field that we know is set to whatever is going on.
But that notification it's only sent through Facebook Messenger, right?
Correct, because what's happening is whenever that order is updated, all right, we push down a piece of content to all our users in Zapier. As soon as I update this, as soon as I go in and update this, this user will be pushed down a piece of content. That piece of content is this piece of content right here. This piece of content checks a tag to see how this user wanted to be notified, because for some reason Amar likes to fucking do shit the hard way. Every time we do stuff, he always likes stuff to be done the hard way. So we got to have 3 different ways to notify this guy. So we push down this piece of content and we're going to check to figure out how this guy wants to be notified. Does he want to be notified through Facebook? If so, we're going to trigger this zap, which is this zap that we're building right now. This zap is going to go in and push down this piece of content that checks to see what is the status of the order and delivers the appropriate piece of content, which is better to do anyways, in my opinion. I mean, this is a much, even though it's harder and more labor intensive. One, if I'm building the bot, hell yeah, let's do it the harder way, because that means you're going to pay me more money. So I would much rather do it that way if it's for my clients. And 2, it's just more robust, right? It's more robust to send a user something. Now this looks really nice, right? These all look nice. These are nice little things. And this is much better than just sending this guy a simple text message saying, hey, yo, your order status is updated to order status. So this is a much better option. So I don't mind doing it.
Yeah, it's very nice. In the Netherlands, we should say, put a message, write a message and put it on a dove's ring.
So now we're going to skip this test. We're going to finish this guy, and we're going to call this guy Facebook Notify. And I can almost assume that we're going to spell Italian. We're going to spell these wrong again. Italian. I don't understand why these 2 words are so hard for me to spell. So there's that guy. that guy works. All right, so now let's make another Zap. This other Zap should also be mini chat. And if you could just give me like 30 seconds real quick.
¿Qué no comió Chris?
So, sorry about that. That's one of the reasons why we're actually moving is because in my office, we only have one bathroom. I got 32 people that work here and we only have one bathroom. So I'm thinking my office right now, I'm going from an $80,000 a month rent to $120,000 a month rent. So approximately $800 increase. But I'm thinking that just the money alone that I'll save or the additional production output that I'll be able to give by my workers not waiting to use the bathroom and having multiple bathrooms, and by giving them extra space and them not being bothered whenever somebody wants to walk around them and them have to stop, that I'll more than make up for the additional expenditure and rent with just the additional production that I can give. So we got two options that we can do here, guys. Here we're gonna send out a text message. All right. So to send out a text message, we can either use this platform right here, which is a platform that is owned by my company and built by my company. It's one of the many softwares that we've built that are our own softwares. So we have a pretty large array of different softwares that we've built that are SaaS softwares. So we could use this software right here, or we could just use Twilio or any of the other Zapier applications that allow us to send out text messages. But I'm going to send out a text message to, I'm going to send it out.
I'm sorry, John. Does it work worldwide?
No, it works only in countries that Twilio supports. So if Twilio doesn't support your country, then it doesn't work there.
So I'll have to check if Twilio supports my country, right? How can I find out that?
You could, where I would start is a Google search that says countries that Twilio supports. That would probably bring me to a page right here that will tell me what countries Twilio supports. So Twilio supports these countries.
So I'm screwed.
on all their functionality. Well, not necessarily. You want to send out text messages only. If you only want to send out text messages, then Twilio supports these countries on text messages. So what country are you in?
Peru. I'm screwed again.
You're in Peru?
Yep. I didn't.
Use a pigeon in Peru.
Let's see. Neximo says, oh, so you could use these guys, right? Right here. Pillville.
I think Peru blacklisted the most United States providers. They have like a penalty or something like this.
So they say you can use this guy, Pilvo. Unfortunately, there is no Zapier application for those guys, so they don't have a Zapier application. They do have a better rate than Twilio. They're about 50% the rate of Twilio, so they do have a much better rate than Twilio. So let's just say you're screwed. Let's just say in your location, you're not gonna you're not gonna give SMS notifications. Okay. Now we can probably, if we keep searching, right? If we keep searching, these guys are coming up saying that they, but at the same time, these guys are probably just. Because they're sponsored, see they're an ad, they're probably just advertising on SMS API, and they probably don't allow you to, we'd have to go in and look and see Peru.
Cross fingers, sorry. Oh, there you go.
Okay, so that means that we need to use Neximo. Let's see if they have a Zapier integration.
No.
So screwed again.
Let's say you're right.
So you could just always move to the US, buddy, because they support they support about everything. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, they pay me more for chatbots in the US as well, maybe.
Now I'm gonna choose a from phone number. This is a from phone number that's coming from this platform. So in this platform, I can see that I have these 4 different phone numbers, or I can go in and get a new phone number if I want to get a new phone number, but there's no need for me to get a new phone number. I'm just going to use that phone number that I already have. This 2 number, I'm going to put in a, actually, I don't need to put that in at all. I'm going to put in his phone number. I'm going to put it in his phone number, and let's go in and see this guy. This is Will. So that guy's all done. So now I can come over here and find Will. And I can give Will a phone number. I'll give Will that phone number. And then I'll come over here and I'll retest this. Now here, I'm just going to send them a generic. A generic text, your order has been updated to order status. And that guy's done. I'm going to skip that test. I'm going to finish that guy. And I'm going to come back over here to wherever this guy was at. And I'm going to take this guy here. Grab that guy. Name that guy here. I'm going to keep spelling this shit wrong. I spelled it so wrong this time that Google won't even give me a recommendation for what that could be. So that guy's done. Now I'm going to make another Zap called MiniChat. It's also going to fire on Trigger Zap. This is going to fire on an email notify. And first off, let's go back to this audience and let's set this guy an email address. Set him that email address. Let's retest this guy. Let's use Gmail and send out an email. Let's use his email address as the 2 from, leave that blank. And let's grab this guy. Grab this guy. This email notify.
No hope.
I told you guys there's not going to be any hope whatsoever that I will ever spell that shit right. It's just not going to happen whatsoever. I'm not going to spell it right. Are you leaving? Oh, okay. So now all my zaps are built pretty much. I've got all my zaps built. So I've got all these zaps built out right here. So that guy's good. All right. So now what I want to actually do is go in and test this guy, right? So to test him, I want to come over here and say, check out. First, I want to make sure that all this stuff is actually published. So let's publish that guy. Okay. So yes, I do still wish to check out. I'm going to pick this guy up. I'm going to pay at location. I want to receive this ASAP. I want to come back over here, delete one of these guys. And I do want to get notified. I want to get notified via Facebook. Okay. So now I'll get notified. Now I'm going to go ahead and call this cooking. Update that. Now this is not an instant zap. This zap is only going to run every 5 minutes. And it's only going to run every 5 minutes because it's only going to run every 5 minutes because I got a pro account here. But now that guy's going to run there. And that's going to take a couple seconds because it's going to push down a zap and then push up a zap and then push back down some content. And that's saying he's triggering on no new events. Okay. So for that, we're going to go in and say, ready for pick up. So first, while we're here, let's go in here to this content block here that is called Facebook Notify. Let's go in here and just make a legend inside here. And put inside here our legend of what possible statuses could be. So cooking is going to be one. So I'm going to put in cooking. I'm going to put in ready for pickup. I'm going to put in out for delivery. I'm going to put in picked up. And then I'm also going to put in delivered. So now I'm going to grab this guy and I'm going to put that guy in there. Oops. So I'm going to put that guy in there. So now I'll come back here and run this zap. And now that should trigger on one guy. And it did trigger on one guy. So now you can see I've got that notification from Facebook, ready for picked up, ready for pickup. Let's go in and say that this guy is out for delivery. Or let's do cooking first. So now I'm going to update his status to he's cooking. And I should get a notification. Should have got a notification. Why didn't I get a notification? Oh, I didn't get a notification because, why didn't I get a notification? I'm not sure. So let's grab this guy and put him in there. Now let's go in and try that again. Where we're gonna run that guy. And he's gonna trigger on 1, so now I should get a notification here. See, he's been updated to out for delivery. So now let's go in, update him to picked up, run that zap again. Now I should get a notification that he's been picked up. And let's update him again to delivered. Run that guy again. Now I should get a notification that he's been updated to delivered. And I did. Let's try it one more time with this cooking because I didn't ever get that cooking. So let's try this guy to run him one more time. Okay, so that's not working because I've already updated them before to that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna delete this row here, and I'm gonna come back over here and I'm gonna say checkout again. And I'm gonna start this process again, add a new row there. Hopefully that will work. I do still wish to check out. I wanna get this picked up. I'm gonna pay at location. I want this delivered ASAP. I do want to be notified. I want to be notified via Facebook. Great. So now I should have this here. And I'm going to say this is cooking. And then let's go in and see if I can get this guy to actually trigger. So let's go in and try to fire this guy again. Lol, you didn't pick up your order. You didn't pick up your order, so it's been donated to the homeless because he didn't pick it up. So we donated it to the homeless. So this is cooking. Order status contains. Let's go to contains cooking. All right, so let's go back in here and say this is. So let's just go through this process again. Let's try this guy one more time. Let's do a checkout. I do want to check out. Yes, I do still want to check out. I want this to be picked up. I'm going to pay at location. I want it to be picked up ASAP. When would I do want to get notified. And I want to get notified via Facebook. Great. So I'm going to say is cooking. And now I'm going to trigger the zap. I'm just saying is cooking just to get that one zap to trigger, because if not, I don't think it's going to actually trigger. And now it did trigger. So now I should get, fucker. Now I should have got this is cooking if order contains cooking. Status contains cooking. What are they listening to out there? Is cooking. I didn't say anything. I just asked what they was listening to. Don't gotta yell at me. So that guy should have actually fired on that if it contains cooking. I think he should have fired on that because I put. Let's try cooking now. Let's go back in and double check this guy. Oh, because I never published that. That's why it didn't work, guys, because I didn't publish that change. So now let's go in and run that guy again. Now I should get the cooking one. See, order updated to cooking. So now that process is completely done. So here is our process checkout flow so far. So there's still stuff I'm assuming in here that we need to build.
This looks good.
So now we could do that SMS and email as well, but I know those will actually, I know those will fire. So I'm going to go in and change all these to contains. I'm going to change these to contains so that I can force that zap to fire again by putting something else in there that isn't exact. Publish that guy. And I'm going to come in here now and do a checkout again. There's my order. I do still wish to check out. I want this to be pickup. I'll pay at location. I want it delivered ASAP. I do want a notification. Let's try a notification via email. I'm going to get notified at that email address. So now let's go in and say ready for pickup. Now that's ready for pickup. So let's go in and run this zap. Now I will actually get 2 notifications here. I will actually get notified via email and through Facebook. See?
This states will be available only if he paid already, right?
What's that?
I mean, this will happen only if he ordered and paid the money already, not just he can go around this.
Not necessarily, no. I mean, he can go around it, and I didn't actually get notified because I'm tagged that I want to be Facebook notified. So I'm going to go in and change that. I'm not sure why this actually, oh, so let's go in and delete this guy. Let's just go in and do like this and delete that guy like that. And now let's go in and say that this guy is cooking. Wow, these guys are listening to some crazy stuff here. All right, so now that should happen. And I should be able to see that I get some email notify zap that's happened here. See, there's that email notify. And there's my email notification that my order status has been updated to cooking. So the SMS will work as well. So now all those notifications are working. So we got our Facebook notify. We don't need that anymore. That guy's done. This was our order status notification. So this content is pushed out to trigger these appropriate zaps, to trigger whether the guy needs to get a notification via Facebook or a notification via SMS or a notification via email. So now that stuff has actually happened. So I guess I could go in real quick to this guy, go to this guy, go here, remove that guy, and then I could essentially go in here and grab this South Dakota phone number, and then I could come in here and say checkout. I do want to check out. This is going to be pickup. I'll pay at location. I want this ASAP. I do want to get notified. Want to get notified via SMS. Here's my phone number. Okay. So now I want to come back over here, delete this guy, and put cooking as that. I want to come back over here. I want to run that guy. I don't understand how he's saying that is. So let's go in and do this because he totally failed on that guy. So now let's try that again and see if he's going to fail. And no, he didn't fail. He did good there. So that was successful. So now let's look at these apps, and I should get an SMS notify that's triggered out here. There's an SMS notify that was triggered out. So now I should be able to look here and see that I got an incoming text message because I used I used one of these phone numbers. See that incoming text message. Here's an outgoing text message. Here's an incoming text message. So I can see that I got an incoming text message. Your order has been updated, ready to pick up. Because I just sent this out to, I sent this out to one of my own phone numbers. So I can see that this phone number has a whole, that's why it took so long to load up, because I got a lot of activity on this phone number. And the reason that I have and look, if you see, I got both updates. Your order status has been updated to cooking. Your order status has been updated to ready to pick up. So we're just this is a virtual number. I'm just simulating that. Obviously, we'd use that guy's text number. So he did get his text message, so that's great. I can see that it's actually went out on my side. Here's the outgoing. Here's the incoming. So I can see that's great. So now I can see all three of those things are working. I can see that this is working, Facebook notify. I saw that the email notify was working. I also saw that the SMS notify was working. So all those notifications are working. So now this guy can get notifications through text message, email, or Facebook. So now he's getting notifications on those orders. All right. So now that flow is pretty much built out. If he doesn't want to get notified, he's going to get that guy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that guy all the way over here so that it's you can kind of see that at both of these points is where he's exiting this process. All right. So at both of those points, he's exiting that process. So I've got the dine-in done. The thing that we need to do for this dine-in is reserve this table. We need to make a flow for him to be able to reserve this table, which we needed anyways. And then we need to go in and build out this delivery flow as well. So for this delivery flow, that's pretty straightforward. For this delivery flow, we're just going to go in and ask him. So, but I do probably want to go in and what do I want to do here? I probably want to go in and
we need his address.
Yeah, I definitely need his address, but I probably want to, I'm going to put this here. So I probably want to include on this spreadsheet whether it's going to be dine-in, pickup, or delivery. And then if it's delivery, I need to give his if it's delivery, I need to give his address, right, as well. The only thing I don't want to do is actually change this, because if I change this, I'm gonna have to go back in and remember all those zaps I've created and go in and actually update those zaps. So I could literally just come in here and put one to the left, and then I could come in here and put in order type, and I can put in delivery address, right? So now I could keep that here if I want. Or I could go in, you know what I could do? I could make another spreadsheet just for delivery orders. So I could have a spreadsheet for the pickup and dine-in orders, and then I could have another spreadsheet for delivery orders. So it's up to you guys to determine what do you think would be better. Do you think it would be better to put everything all on the same spreadsheet, or is it going to be better to have one spreadsheet for dine-ins, one and pickups, and one spreadsheet for say one spreadsheet for deliveries?
For me, it's fine if it's in one spreadsheet, no problem.
So if it's one, you're saying if it's in one spreadsheet, it's fine. So what that means is I need to come in here to something like checkout. It wasn't checkout. What was the name of that guy when I actually ship? Add to order. Something. Let's see if we can figure that out. So that is add to order. That is certain pickup time. That is birthday promo. That is email notify, Facebook notify, fetch order. That was that guy right there, I'm pretty sure. Fetch order. So now the first thing that I actually need to do is come in here, come to my settings, create a new custom field, call that custom field order type. And then I need to come back in here. And what I'm going to do over here, I'm going to pull that guy over there. And I'm going to come here and I'm going to set a custom field. And that custom field is going to be order type. And I'm going to set this guy to pick up. And then now I'm going to come in here. First, I'm going to copy that guy 2 times. Put him over there, put him over there. I'm going to find this guy. I'm going to delete that guy. I'm going to route that guy into there. Sometimes you'll notice that whenever you create these new elements, these guys won't actually allow you to connect to them for some reason. So you just refresh your page and then you can connect to them.
Strange question, John. Is it also working on iPad?
Yeah, this will work on iPad.
Okay, thank you.
Should work on iPad. I don't know because I'm not an Apple fan myself. I hate Apple products, but I would assume it's.
I like bears.
I would assume it's going to work on iPad.
Okay.
So this is going to be delivery.
ManyChat not working so good on Safari browser.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
I use Chrome. Just try it. It works better. I'm Apple fan, but I use Chrome. So.
And this is going to be dine-in. Okay, so now we've got this data here. Let's get rid of this question here. And let's add this. Finish me.
Finish me.
Yep,
Off.
I need to be finished over there. So now let's come back over here and let's first go back to our favorite guy, Will. Are you here, Will? Nope, Will's not here. So let's go in and do order type to be dine in. And let's come back over here to Zapier and let's test this step, retest mini chat, fetch and continue. Now let's come over here to our spreadsheet row. And here we got our order type. So luckily for us, nothing changed here. That's why I didn't want to add it on the other side, because if I would have added it on the other side, all this stuff would have changed and I would have had to rebuild this, but it didn't. So, so now I know all this stuff down is just a legend that I created. So I'm not worried, so much concerned about that, but I do want to go in and pop in this order type with order type. Right there. And then I'm also going to go in now and I will go ahead. And I guess here at this point, it's not necessary to, and actually, you know what? This isn't actually going to work neither, because at this point, I can't even set this because I don't have this data yet. So this data, because this is a fetch order. So at this point, I can't do that at all because I'm collecting that data after this information. So, so here, I guess I could do an update order, right? I could go in and have an update order. Do I have an update order somewhere? Triggers app, that's a make payment. This guy updated my order, certain pickup time. So I could go in and take that certain pickup time. This guy is just a tag. So here, I guess at this point, I want to go in and here I could go in and create an triggers app and update order. Okay. So I could go in and do that. Now this guy I can get rid of because that guy isn't going to do anything for me. And now I can come in here, make a zap. And this zap is going to be mini chat. When a new triggers app event happens from Italian restaurant bot demo. And this is going to be update order. Fetch and continue. Continue. This is going to be sheets. I want to update a spreadsheet row. So I want to add a search step. I want to add that. That search step is going to be, I'm going to search this guy on this sheet. The lookup column is going to be his MCID. And then I'm going to look that up by this guy's MCID. And then for the purposes of this demo, I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to add a row with that guy's MCID.
Hello.
Now I got that guy. Now I can come in here and I've already got that row. So now I need to come in here.
¿Qué problema tuvo el iPhone 7?
Mute. So, So here I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to make this work for anything, okay? So I'm going to make this work for pickup time. Pickup time. Is that my T? Oh my God, is that my T? That's my T. Thank you so much. So pickup time, payment, MCID, order type. Thanks, Topos. Order type. And then I need to come over here again, go to content, create a new, oh crap, not a new content. I'm going to come to settings, custom fields, create a new custom field called delivery address. Create that. I'm going to come over here to my good buddy, Will. I want to update his delivery address to 123 My Street. And then I want to come back over here. I want to test this step again. I want to retest this guy. And then I want to come back down here to this guy, and I'll put in his delivery address to be delivery address. There we go. And that's all I need to update. I'm going to update his pickup time in case he edited that. Now, essentially what I could do if I wanted to is I could come in here to this guy, and I could, instead of triggering certain pickup time, I could just trigger update order status. I could trigger that same zap that I'm just going to trigger from right here. Update order. I could trigger that zap, but I'm not going to do that. But I could do that if I wanted to. But like I said, I'm not going to do that. So that's it. I'm pretty sure this guy's done now. I'm going to skip that test. I'm going to finish that guy. Still can't spell this stuff.
Remember it in your mind as rest, AU rant.
Rest, AU rant. So now I can spell that. Now, how am I supposed to remember Italian?
I think you're spelling it correct, except for the fact that you don't, it wants to be capitalized. Yep.
Oh, that could be right. So now I'm going to update this guy. All right. So now I'll just come in here and I'll do the exact same thing. I'm going to trigger a zap. And this is update order. And I'm going to come in here and also trigger a zap. And this is going to be update order. So now that will work in there. So let's publish that guy real quick. Let's come back here to our orders. Let's delete that guy. Let's delete that guy. So let's delete those rows. Now let's come back over here. Checkout. Yep. Do I want to check out? So what do I want to do? Check out is I want to come in here and I can't check out this delivery type here because I haven't built that yet. So I can just go in, I'll just come in and do the standard pickup. I want to pick this up. I'm going to pay at location. Now I would assume I should have this guy already, that the order type is pickup, see? So I've got that there. So that's all I wanted to test out, was to make sure that that was actually working, and that is indeed working. So now I can come back over here and actually ask my question. Good night. And this is going to be address, delivery address. So now we've got that delivery address. So now we can go in and we got that delivery address. Now what we want to do is, can we just make the assumption that if we're going to deliver it from them, we're just going to do cash on delivery, or do we still want to ask these guys how do they want to pay?
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Because
Cash on delivery.
If I ask them how we want to pay, then I actually literally have to copy this guy down here and have duplicates of these because I can't route them in up here and then go to this flow that references when they want to pick this up, since they're asking for delivery. So since they're asking since we're just going to assume that
Most people pay on delivery. When they ask delivery, they pay on cash.
Okay, so can we say that after this, I'm just going to route this guy to this guy right here to let him know now if he wants to get notified, right? I can route him right there to that process in our flow, right? And ask him, hey, do you want to get notified? There we go.
Notified by what, John?
Notified by whatever he wants to get notified by. Does he want to get notified? If he says yes, then he's going to
This would be the same flow.
Right. The only thing that we're going to do here, though, is we're going to go in and grab this guy, right? And so I've got two options I can do here. I can add a conditional logic block behind this guy to check whether he's getting his order picked up or delivered, or I can simply just edit this guy to say something generic that his order should be ready in about 45 minutes. Now I don't have to add any conditional logic because this message will serve all cases. All right. And if he says dine in, so now this flow is completely done, and all I got to do is go in and build out this reserve a table. So now that flow's done. So this is our order process. This is our checkout. This is our process checkout. All right. So you can see this guy isn't super complex, but he does have some stuff going on here.
Waarom niet? De oortjes in.
So basically, let's walk through this again. So now what's going to happen is this is on process checkout. Okay. So if you remember, we've got kind of all these different flows. We've kind of got them segregated. So if this flow only gets triggered on this checkout flow, so this flow is only going to get triggered whenever it is confirm, I think, some checkout. So confirm checkout, correct. So we're going to send this confirm checkout. And if a user says, yes, he wants to check out, we're going to send him to this flow, which is process checkout. So if he says no, then we're just going to ask him what he wants to do. Does he want to add more items or restart over? If he wants to add more items, we're going to send him to this main menu flow. If you remember this main menu flow literally goes in and based on his preferred location, routes him past the first step in the main menu. The first step in the main menu is for you to pick the location that you want to see the menu from. So anytime you add something to your cart, we're going to tag you with the preferred location so that whenever we route you back to add more items, that you're routed past that first step. All right. So you can see that your first step here, well, this isn't your first step. Your first step is this conditional logic. So if you don't have a preferred location set, we're going to ask you what location you want to see the menu for. If you do have a preferred location set, we're going to go ahead and route you right into the menu for that preferred location. So that happens there. If he wants to restart order, we're going to trigger this restart order flow, which is pretty much nothing but an action. So you can have, by the way, a flow which is nothing but an action. So, and I do this sometimes. I'll push you guys out, and you guys will never know. I'll send a broadcast out to you guys, and in that broadcast, I'll literally just trigger out an action. So, why would I do that? So, for example, why would I do that? Let's say that I want to collect all your guys' mini chat IDs, and I want to collect your name, and I want to collect your email in a spreadsheet, right? So let's say I've never done that before. So now I can go in and create a Zap that basically just goes in and it pushes your mini chat ID, your name, and your email out to some spreadsheet. And then I can just go in and actually make a broadcast. And in that broadcast, my only step would be trigger that Zap. And then I can just trigger it on all you guys. I can just send a broadcast to all you guys with just that action. Now, guess what? Every single one of you guys will have a spreadsheet with every one of my subscribers, their name and their email address if I've collected it, and I can go in and actually build my list. So just remember, you can have a flow that is nothing but an action, and there are several uses where you could actually use that thing. So some of you guys want to collect data, right? So some of you guys want to collect data from from your users. So all that data you have stored in custom fields at any time you want. If you want to just create a spreadsheet that has every piece of data that you have for a user, you can go in and create a Zap to populate that spreadsheet. And then you could literally send a broadcast out to your users with a completely empty broadcast, right? No message whatsoever, just this action. Now you'll completely populate that spreadsheet and your users will never even know that it happened because they'll never even receive a message. But you can populate your full spreadsheet that has their name, email address, all the values for any of the custom fields that they have.
Nice. That's smart.
Can you show me how to do it?
Yeah, of course I'll show you how to do it.
Yeah, of course.
No problem, buddy. Let's do it right now, all right?
Let's
open
do
that.
it right now. Hit it, baby.
That was Summer, right? That's Summer speaking.
Let's do it right now. So I've got these guys right. All right. Let's just create a new spreadsheet. All right. And this is going to be called dump users data. All right. And then this is going to be called, let's see, their MCID, their name, F name, L name. This is going to be their email. This is going to be bot. This is going to be has bot budget. This is going to be bot budget. All right. And that's all I'm going to dump out right now.
Okay.
All right. And actually, I'm not sure if I have anybody's phone number. I'm not sure if I collect that phone number, but let's see just in case I have that. All right. So that's all I'm going to collect. Now, as you guys can assume, I can just keep going and add in whatever the heck I want here, but I think this is good for right now. So let's go in and make a Zap. First off, let's go in here and let's do a broadcast. Let's create a new broadcast. Let's go to Flow Builder. Let's perform an action. Let's make this our starting step. And let's go in and do that. And let's call this trigger a Zap dump users data. All right. So now we've got that Zap. So now let's come back in here to here. Let's say mini chat. When a new Zap is triggered, we're going to do that from demo bot. We're going to do this dump users data Zap. Fetch and continue. Let's continue. Let's use sheets. Let's create a spreadsheet row. Let's pick the spreadsheet that we just created called dump users data. We're going to use our first worksheet. So let's pipe in their mini chat ID. There's their mini chat ID. Let's pipe in their name. There's their name. Let's pipe in their F name. There's their F name. Let's pipe in their L name. There's their L name. Let's pipe in their email. There's their email. Let's pipe in their phone number. Now, honestly, I don't know which one of these guys to use because I got two of them. So really don't know what the difference is between the two of them, and I probably shouldn't have two of them. So let's look and try to see what is the difference between the two of these guys.
Home number and a cell phone number.
Phone number, one's a number, one's a text. So that's what the difference is one's a number, one's a text. So let's go in here. Let's insert and call this phone number 2. Because like I said, I'm not quite sure which one of those guys I used. So let's refresh these fields. So now let's go in and do phone number. That's the first one. Let's go in here and do phone number again. Grab that second one. Let's go in and do bot budget. Bot budget. Bot budget value. So let's go in and do that. Let's continue. That fills everything up. Let's skip that test. Let's finish this. Let's come in here to this guy. Let's grab this dump user's data. Let's grab that guy. Let's turn that guy on. So now first, let's go into next. And let's do this condition where the user's full name. Mother. Let's go to next, and let's do a condition where a tag is myself. So first, before we do this, I want to test it first. And I'm going to add a tag here called myself. So I'm going to tag myself. Now I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to go next. I'm going to do this where a tag is myself. And I'm going to send this now. And then there's that guy. I'm going to format this. I'm going to format this as plain text mute. I see my bot budget, has bot budget. Phone number, email.
What is bot budget?
When people can come inside my bot, and one of the things they can do is tell me I need a bot, and then I ask them if they have a bot budget, and then they give me give me what their budget is for their bot.
Okay.
So as you can see, that guy works. So now I've triggered that guy out. So now that guy works, and I know that guy works, let's come back out here to my broadcast and go to broadcast. And let's come in here and copy this guy. Let's look at my flow builder. So he works just fine. Let's go next. And let's send this out to 414 users and send that out now. And let's just watch as this guy gets built.
Jesus Christ, superstar.
Fucking rock stars, man. I told you guys I'd teach you much more for free than those guys will teach you for $497.
Yeah, definitely.
But you can see this is getting built in real time of all my actual subscribers. I'm just dumping out their data, seeing who's got a bot budget, who doesn't have a bot budget. This guy needs his own bot. This guy's got a budget of $500.
That's awesome.
This is really, really great.
So like I said, just keep in mind that you can do that. You guys can send out a promotional broadcast. You can send out a subscription broadcast that has no message in it whatsoever. It just has an action, and you can do something just like this, going in that, hey, that guy's got a $200 budget. This guy's got a $500 budget. These guys, obviously, I want to contact these guys and be like, hey, what's up? Hey, this guy's got a $1,000 budget, but that's me. So that guy's not sure what his budget is. And this is just going to keep building until I got my, whatever, my some 400 or whatever. My some 400 or whatever people. It's just going to keep dumping in there for everybody. And none of you guys are going to be the wiser. You guys get no message whatsoever, and you guys have no idea that I just did this because I didn't send you any message whatsoever. All I did was send out an action.
This is the same what the CIA can do with a fake SMS.
That's correct, and they're already doing that. So now it does look like we've didn't hit a snag. We just waited for a big dump. So their guy has a budget of $100. Hey, this guy has a budget of $5,000. Let's call this guy up. This guy Frank. Yep. Frank's gonna be my friend because he's got $5K he can spend on his bot. So.
Yeah. My friend as well.
I tell you what, man. If I can sell him for 5K, you build it for 2,500, and I'll send him to you, and then I'll keep the other 2,500 as a referral fee. This guy's got a $500 budget, and you can see, like I said, this is just going to keep going until I get that whatever that was. This got sent out to like 414 people.
But this is an opportunity to make pages, local pages for food, and then collect everybody, and then make the bot for the local food stores. That's great.
But Joe, did you ask them before if they have budget or something? Because I didn't see this message in your bot. Or maybe it's different sequence.
Okay, that's a good idea, Dennis.
Yeah, Dennis, that's correct. Because you're in as well, Dennis.
That's right, Dennis. You're probably in here somewhere. I'd assume that you're in here somewhere. You guys are all in here. Hopefully, you guys all gave me your email address.
This is the real Dutch way to catching mice.
But you can see how powerful this becomes now. Now I'm done, right? I just sent that out. There's my this went to 414. Obviously, my first row is the headers. Right. My first row is these headers. So I got 415 total rows. So everybody's information has just been populated in here. I just built out my list here. So pretty easy and powerful, the stuff that you can do. Now I can go back in easily and look and see who all's got a bot budget, $500, 5,000, 5,500, 5,600. I don't know if I should count this one or not, because he's only got $30. What's up?
John, a Facebook page with 50,000 followers. You send one message, they click on the message when it's interesting, and then you can collect all that stuff.
Yeah, you can collect all their data. See you, man. You can collect all their data. I mean, obviously they do have to give you this data. This data is just not going to populate automatically. They have to give you their email. They have to give you their phone number. They have to give you their bot budget. $1,000. That's me. So 500, 200, 500.
Yes, but what I see is that when you're using a bot, people think, well, I'm on a one-to-one level, and I'm going to give it.
That's right. So they will. I mean, as you can see, a lot of these people have actually given their email address. Why? Because they want something, right? I ask them for their email in exchange for the fact that they want something. So now you can see just simple like that.
John, can you do something more on that spreadsheet? Can you make a selection of all the emails collected, so that we can estimate about the 414 how many sent their email? So how many people, what's the percentage of people who would like to give away their credentials?
I could, but I could do that just as easily inside here.
Bottom right-hand corner of the spreadsheet shows you the total count.
So 194?
Yep. It just shows you any field that has data in it.
Okay, you're right. Okay, sorry.
So,
by the way, there is a software that scrapes all the users that have their email public and their names, phone number. You can select the groups and scrap all the members.
So 46% is what's given data. 46% has given data. I'd say the rest of them just haven't went to a flow that's asking for their email address.
Yeah.
Right, just so people are clear, this is not pulling the data from the Facebook profile database. These are people who've actually entered their email into the bot chat sequence.
Yes, that's correct. But when you make a form on Facebook from 20,000 people, not 400 people are going to give all their credentials.
Right, but they do have to give the credentials in. They do have to give the information inside the bot and have the data stored inside the bot for me to collect it like this.
Yeah. Okay.
But I can get that just by giving you some fucking badass email. I mean, most of these guys give it to me just because they want to watch one of the replays of these training sessions. So they want to watch a replay. So first I say, give me your email address. And actually, I do some really I do some really sleazy marketing where I don't actually give you the replays unless you give me money. But if I tell you that you have to give me money up first. If you don't want to give me the money, you're less likely to give me the email. So I first ask you for your email, and then once you give me the email, then I let you know, okay, thanks for the email, but you also have to give me $10. That way I get your email regardless.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can.
And the other day's replay, you guys will be able to see how John put together an email verification sequence. So there's a process now that we have in place where they won't just give you the email, but you can actually validate that it's a legitimate email. And you can do the same with cell phone numbers. So if you're asking for the cell phone number, you can actually validate that it's their true cell phone number.
Okay.
Yeah, that was this verify email 1. So in this verify email 1, this flow right here goes in and asks them for a valid email,
right?
And then asks them it sends them out a link, and then one of these flows. It's not this flow, but it's one of these other flows.
We sent them out a verification code.
Verify email address, I think. Wasn't this guy?
It's in the replay from the last session we did.
Yeah, I can't remember what flow it is, but it's one of those.
Maybe it's at the bottom, verify email 1. Maybe that's your variation.
No, that's the one that I just sent them. Oh, you know what it was? You know what it was? It was actually one of those ref tools. So it was actually one of these ref tools here.
Hey, John, do me a favor and yourself a favor. Send me a link or something where I can donate the money.
Yeah, you can do that right inside the bot, by the way, if you go right inside my demo bot.
I cannot find it. Demo bot.
If you go right inside here.
I sent you the link here. You just need to type donate.
Okay.
That's right. If you go right in here and you type donate, then he will pop you up a thing where you can donate now.
Okay, perfect. I will do it. Thank you.
And just so you know, you can actually make it a monthly donation if you want to make it a monthly donation.
A subscription basis.
Well, you're laughing.
I know, man, you're Dutch and you won't, so no problem.
No, you guys are laughing about it, but there is nothing where you can find this information.
Right, exactly.
Nowhere.
Well, that's the point.
So why? I'm not confusing the other participants, but why don't make money out of the information?
Of course, yeah. I have taken a lot of courses, but to be honest, this is top notch.
Yeah, this is top notch. He goes like a Formula 1 in speed, but it's very, very good.
So now I think this guy's all built, right? This guy's completely built. Our order process flow is completely built. The only other thing that we need to do is make this reserve a table flow. So we can go in and actually make that reserve a table flow. We got this flow builder. Let's get your table reserved. Let's ask you some questions.
So with the whole bot machine, you can say, well, it's Christmas. You're going to be on our Christmas evening, etc., etc. It's Mother's Day, and in Mother's Day period, you send a bot notification to all the people. Oh, that's great.
Can you believe that though? Can you believe that that there are people out there they're charging $2K? Bot Academy, if you want to sign up for Bot Academy, that's $2K, and literally they don't teach you shit in Bot Academy whatsoever.
I have the course, but I didn't pay for it, to be honest.
I would like to pay $25 for a little bit slower.
Just play it at 0.75 speed on the replay. That's all.
Yeah.
You can watch the video again.
I've got 30 engineers. I've got 30 engineers that work for me. Some of them have 8-10 years of experience as engineering, and they tell me the same thing.
Make it $30, $1 each.
they tell me the exact same thing. They're like, John, could you just slow down or repeat that again for me?
Remember, John, you showed last time someone was offering the training course, but the whole module was on how to make GIFs?
Yep. $497 to how to deliver gifts in your bot. And I guarantee you what we just did right here, I guarantee you that dude charging $2,000 for his class, or that dude charging $497 for his class, he doesn't even know how to do that. So he can't teach you that until he takes my class and learns how to do that.
Yeah, they didn't use Zapier at all in this course. I saw it.
Yeah.
So it's so basic.
So I think this is good. We're going to go in and ask this guy. We asked this guy for his party size.
Hard zeker. Nee? Oké. Het is gek zeker. Yeah.
John, can we do something here? If we can check how many tables we already have in the restaurant, because we don't book too many people and we don't have place for them.
We can, buddy, but I'm gonna have to think about that and how to actually do that, because I'm not sure exactly how we're gonna do that.
Yeah. Plus, it would have to take into account folks that are not registering through the bot, so that's more complex. You'd have to integrate that with sort of some other system they have in house. Otherwise, this would only be tallying up reservations made through the bot.
So David, just so you know, I accept cold hard cash, buddy. If it's worth 200, if it's worth 2K, man, I'm totally fine with just 1K, buddy. So I got no issues with that, man. 50% off. So we could do something like that. We could do something like that to go in, and we could do something that where we could go in and check that, but I'd have to figure out how we would engineer that. It would probably require a separate data table just to go in, where we would tell them to go in and update that as far as how many tables are still available, and we'd have to go in and search and look, and even that is going to be tricky.
Maybe from Google Sheet, they can put the total number, and each time we have an order, this new number can deduct it from the total number they have in total, so we know how much tables we have in general. Something like this. I don't know.
That we could do, but it just seems like that's not going to be a good way to. It doesn't seem like that's going to be a very good way to update it, because whenever we're doing what I suggest to do, all right, my suggestion is what we would do is we would have a spreadsheet for table bookings, all right, and then what we would do is we would just go in and dump all the data for those table bookings on that spreadsheet, and then we'll just tell our restaurant owner that what they need to do is go in and update the status of that booking to a new status, to a confirmed status, or a rejected status. If it's rejected, we'll send back a message to them letting them know that, hey, we couldn't book this table for you because we don't have space. Would you like to book for a different time and a different date? If we confirm it, then we'll send them out a confirmation message that says, yeah, we confirmed your booking reservation. So that would be my suggestion, because it's the easiest way to do that. Instead of having a bunch of lookups or anything, it's the easiest way to actually just go in and do something like that, where we're going to have this spreadsheet and we're going to go table bookings for Italian rest. How did you tell me to remember that, D?
AU.
AU rent. You'll remember my rant about this.
There we go.
And you'll hear it in your head.
At least you wrote Italian right.
I got it right. So we want their MCID. We want their party size. We want their reservation date / time.
Disabled persons.
And then we want their status.
A wheelchair place.
All right. So I think that's good enough for us right now. So now we'll come back over here. And we're going to automatically continue this guy here. And we're going to send out a zap. and then we're going to send out a message. So we're going to send this out, and we're going to call this trigger zap book table. Or we'll just call it table reservation. And then we'll come over here. We'll make a new zap. And this is going to be triggered by a mini chat event. Nandi, can I have some coffee, please? Pretty, please. Now we'll dump this into our sheets and create a spreadsheet row. We're going to create that in this table booking for the Italian restaurant. They said they don't see any headers. Oh, I see why they don't see any headers, because there's no headers there. Now they should be seeing some headers. Now we're going to pipe in the guy's mini chat ID. I think we're going to go in here, add the guy's name. Put his name in there. Put in his party size. So that's going to be his reservation time date. Actually, just make that date time. And let's just give him an example here. And then let's come back right over here. And I hate to do this, but let's give his creation date. And then we want to grab this guy right here. Because we're going to pop that guy into his creation date. We're going to come over here, test this step, so that we can now go in and get his reservation time date.
John, from where you got this code, please? The previous one.
From where I got that? From where I got this, you're saying?
Ah, yeah.
this I just Googled Zapier Get Now.
Mm-hmm.
So I Googled Zapier Get Now, and it gives me this page, which basically tells me how I can grab the current time whenever this Zap is triggered off. So I'm going to grab the current time. That way, if this guy tells me he wants to book a table tomorrow, I have a reference date to know when, at what date was he referring to tomorrow. I'll be able to see what date he actually made this reservation. So if he says Monday at 7, I'll be able to see when did he actually make this reservation so that I know what Monday he's actually referring to.
Thank you.
So it does look like, though, that I need to come in here and retest this guy. To grab that data. Is it in there? Should be some fields with no value. Some still isn't there. So what's happening here? Oh, because I haven't created it yet. No wonder. And status here is just going to be new. And if you could just give me, let's first finish this guy up. Trigger this Zap right here. I got it this time.
Congratulations.
Thanks, D. I've taught you guys how to make bots. You taught me how to spell restaurant.
Wonderful.
So there's that. Now, if you give me just 1 second, I'll use the bathroom and then we'll make the last piece of that. So you guys, are you guys coming tomorrow? You guys coming tomorrow? Okay, so I won't see you tomorrow then. See you Monday. So we've got that set up. So let's first just go ahead and run through that flow and make sure everything's actually working there. But I'm assuming everything's going to work there. So let's just go in here and let's publish this guy. And then let's push this out to ourselves. Party size is going to be 8. I'm going to book this today at 5 p.m. So now I should see that I've got this data here. And then let's just go in and make sure that we format this as plain text. Always format this as plain text. If you're ever storing a ManyChat ID, always format it as plain text, because if not, what typically happens is Zapier is going to store it as a scientific notation. And then whenever you try to send out a message to this ManyChat ID, it's going to pull it in scientific notation, and it's not actually going to send it out. So always make sure that the ManyChat ID you store in plain text so that you can send this out. So now we've got this. All right, so now for this, we need to do something else for this, okay? And what we need to do for this is, I guess we need to slow down a bit if I want to get that. I guess we need to slow down a bit if I want to get that 30 bucks. I'm going to have to slow down a little bit. So what we need to do here.
That's no problem. That's no problem.
We're going to make a new content. And this
You need
is
to get
gonna
the notification later.
This is going to be confirm reservation. That's what this new content is going to be, confirm reservation. And then I also need to come here and create a new custom field called reservation status. And that is just going to be a text object. Okay. So now I can come here and I can do sheets. And I'm going to do a new or updated row. And it's going to be on this table booking. It's going to be on sheet 1. I'm going to trigger on the status column. And then here, I'm going to do a ManyChat action. And I'm going to set a custom field first, because we're going to do really similar to what we did on that other flow. If you remember, we have some other flow here, and this other flow was update this Facebook status notification, where we're going to push down this content and we're going to deliver the piece of content. And this looks really great, by the way. So this is actually looking really good. So we're going to do something really similar to this, where we're going to have something, if the status is confirmed, we'll send him out a card that says it's been confirmed. If it was denied, we'll send him out a status that has been denied. And then if not, we'll just send them out some generic piece of content that hopefully they'll never get, because we will train our restaurant person to go in and only have this as a confirmed or rejected status. So we want to come in here, and this user ID, we want to use a custom value, and that value is going to come from our sheets from their ManyChat ID. This custom field is going to be a status field. Not that status. It's going to be that reservation status, and that value is going to be a value coming from our spreadsheet, that status value from our spreadsheet. So we're going to update that guy. We're going to skip that test. We're going to add another step. It's also going to be a ManyChat step. And then here we're going to push out a piece of content to the user. And as you can imagine, this piece of content, what are you looking for? Are you looking for whiskey? Because I don't have any. So are you looking for whiskey? Because I don't have any. Next week, buddy. I'll get some next week. Don't worry about it. You got to come tomorrow? Hell yeah, buddy. Overtime. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be here. Don't worry about it. I'll be here, man. I won't even leave tonight. Subo. Hey, I'm not leaving tonight. I'm staying all night. You sure you just don't want to stay overnight with me and work? Are you sure? Oh, come on, man. I'm not going to get any sleep. All right, buddy. Go home and sleep, man. So here we're going to use another custom value. And I'm just going to use that same guy from there. This piece of content is going to be crap. It's going to be this piece of content here. Confirm reservation. Let's go here. Reservation confirmed. So now let's come back in here. Let's recheck mini chat. That reservation confirmed has not been. Let's confirm reservation. I don't see where he's actually been in here. So let's just test this guy again. And he is still not. You leaving too? So he's still not showing up here. Let's make sure we created that content in the right bot, and we did create him in the right bot. So let's preview that to ourselves. Reservation confirmed. And let's come back in here and just try this one more time. See if we can get. Not seeing that reservation confirmed. So let's just delete this guy. Yep, I really want to delete him. And I want to do mini chat again. Let's see if I can get this piece of content to show up, because that's what I want to show up, is that piece of content. And then this one will be done, and then we'll just have to actually create that piece of content, which will be relatively easy. Yeah, there we go, confirm reservation. So we'll go in and use a custom value, and this will be that guy's mini chat ID. Skip that test, finish that guy. Second time in a row I spelled that right, so.
I think you will from here on out.
I think I got it now. So let's see this on our dashboard. And then let's go back into this piece of content. And then where's this piece of content? Now that we got this piece of content, let's add in a condition where we are going to check reservation status contains confirmed. If not, we're gonna have another piece of content where reservation status is equal to rejected. And then we'll start over there. And we'll make a card. Let's see if we can find an image that says restaurant reservation confirmed.
Just search for confirmed alone. Maybe you can find something.
Here we go. Reservation confirmed. Reservation confirmed. Reservation confirmed. Reservation confirmed. That one almost looks good enough. This would be another good example of us upselling to our client and telling our client that he
An upsell for graphic.
Yeah, he needs to pay us for some custom graphics because Google doesn't give us enough. So I wanted to get one of these guys with I wanted to really grab one of these guys that didn't have anything at the bottom, and I think this will work for us. So that just barely fit in there. Let's put in their party size. Let's put in their reservation date. So there's that. Let's send this message out. Let's give another card. So this was download. So now we'll just let them make a new reservation. Go to that flow.
Jawel.
Reserve a table.
Nee. Voor mij.
So that guy should work now. This is confirmed. This is rejected. So let's come in here and say confirmed. And then let's see this on our Zap. Right here. Let's run that guy. Should not have got that message. So I should not have got that message, but I did get that message. So let's come back over here. There. She gone. She's gone, George. Come. She's gone. Yeah, come on. She gone. She left you. Come. She's gone, buddy. Yeah, she's gone. I got a monkey on my head. Yeah, she's gone. I'm sorry. She left. So let's try that again.
So funny.
Yeah. I mean, trust me. for $2,000 bot class, man. For a $2,000 bot class, it's nothing.
It's the
Mine's
circus.
free, and I bet that $2,000 class, I bet they didn't do it with a monkey. They didn't teach you anything, let alone have a monkey on their head. So now let's run this zap again. So now I can see that guy, got that guy right, fully booked. We can make a new reservation. So when we make that new reservation, let's go in and delete this guy out. Yeah, hey. Party size is going to be 6. Yeah. Let's see. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. So now I got that guy there. So now I got that guy, and then I'm just going to say that this is confirmed. What, buddy? And just make sure that that matches what I have in here. So confirmed is one allowed status. And then my other allowed status is going to be rejected. Rejected. So now let's go in here. And did I confirm that? That has been confirmed. So now let's go in here and run that guy. And he didn't trigger. So let's modify that. And now let's run him again. Now he should run. Now I should get a message that says he was confirmed. Said we've confirmed your reservation for 6 people tomorrow at 3 p.m. So now he's got a confirmation. He got his fully booked that we couldn't confirm. So now that guy's done. So this guy's finished. That guy's finished. So I'm pretty sure that that completes our checkout process. Oh, DemoBot just received a new notification called donation. Now, let's see what's wrong with DemoBot. Because DemoBot did not like that guy. So let's look and see what that keyword is for donations. Should be somewhere in here. Donate. Make donation. So, sorry about that. Any of these guys. Any of those keywords. So let's just add that guy in there. Donation. So, like I said, I'm pretty sure that this guy is finished now. Our checkout flow is finished. Also, our reserve a table is finished, and I'm pretty sure that in our welcome message, we have that reserve a table. Reserve a table. So now that guy's also finished as well. So we could maybe build our main menu. Leaving. So I'm pretty sure that now that guy So this, seriously? So you see, that was again where I told you guys just don't pay attention to users and what they're going to do, because I asked that. See, she asked me this question, how can I find other people's chat bots? So this triggered my, too late. This triggered my default reply. And in my default reply, I tell her, you know, hey, I'm sorry I didn't actually understand you. Would you like to help make me smarter? Now she said yes. At this point, what happens if she says yes, then I should see that this guy has been updated here. Demo bot unanswered. I go in and update this spreadsheet with all the keywords that people have given my bot that my bot has not been able to deal with and my bot hasn't been able to answer. Bye. Love you too. See you in a little bit. Well, so now I can go back in, obviously, and I can go.
Bucks, 30 boxes in your account, monkey.
Thank you, sir. So I could go back in easily now and go in and start updating my chat bot to go in and handle these keywords, right? So now I could go in and, for example, someone gave me this keyword, so now I could easily go into my chat bot right here and create a new rule. If message contains thanks or thank you. Oh, crap. And I can just create a new reply. And this will be, you're very welcome, first name. So now I can come back in here and then just remove that, because now I know that my bot can handle that, right? And that's the whole purpose of this spreadsheet. This spreadsheet happens. You can see that this spreadsheet happens here in my default reply. So in my default reply, the first thing I do in my default reply is I open a conversation and I notify admins. Now, after that, I tell you, you know, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't actually understand you. Would you like to help make me smarter? If you say no, then I just open you up to a flow. What can you do? I just open you up to this flow so that now you're not dead in the water. You have some interaction that you can actually do with my bot. You can go in and do, you can see all these different things, which is not everything you can do in my bot. Like I said, I got really bored of just building this. So I stopped building it because it gives you a lot of different interactions. But these are just some, as you can see, there's quite a lot of things here. These are just some of the features that exist in this bot that this bot can perform. So if you tell me you don't want to help make me smarter, then I'm just going to go in and give you some of these things so that you're not dead in the water. You can continue to interact with my bot because that's what I want you to do. If you tell me yes, then I'm just going to ask you to give me whatever that question was that triggered this response. So I'm going to ask you for that question. And then whenever you give me that question, I'm going to send that question. I'm going to send that data to this spreadsheet here so that now, and then what am I going to do after that? I'm not sure what I'm going to do after that. Oh, after that, I'm going to ask you how you're feeling today. And then since I like to have a conversational bot, once you tell me how you're feeling today, I'm going to go in and route you into this flow right here, which is going to respond back to you depending on how you're feeling today. So if you ask me, for example, if you say good and you, then if you do anything that says like, I'm feeling fine, how about you? So I need to actually add that in because that wouldn't trigger. Feeling today contains about you. See, good. So this person did reply, good. How about you? So if you match any of these conditions, then I'm going to send you out this message that basically says, you know, me, I'm just a bot. I don't have any real feelings. But then I'm going to continue right after I do that. I'm going to continue down to these rest of these conditions to see, are you feeling great? Are you feeling good? Are you feeling fine? Are you feeling busy? Are you feeling not good or crap or crappy? Are you feeling tired, sleepy, or you need a bed? And then I'm gonna respond out to you accordingly so that the bot is a little bit more conversational and he can ask you how you're feeling. And then based on how you're feeling, he can reply back to you. All right, so let's publish that, guys, since we made a modification. But that's the whole point of this default reply is then if I didn't understand what you said, I'm going to pipe that out here so that now I can go in and constantly update my bot so that my bot is constantly learning new things and can respond to new things. All right. But you can see clearly that person didn't follow directions and they just put in a bunch of crap here. I'm not sure what this crap is, but they put in this crap when what they should have put in was this crap right here. So you can't rely on those guys to actually do what they're supposed to be doing. So now for the most part, what we need now here is a menu on our bot, right? So we need to actually create a main menu. What should be on our main menu? So on our main menu, we could have, literally we could have a menu, and we could have reserve a table. We could have call us. Or we could have more here, right? And now in this more, we could have open up a submenu, and then we could have
Open time.
call us.
Working time. Open time.
We could have business hours. We could have
Routing.
locations, directions. We could have
Complain about something.
Okay. Give feedback.
John, about feedback question.
So now we need to go in here, reply with a message, select existing. This is going to be menu. And we'll give them our main menu. So reserve a table. This is going to be select existing. And this is going to be reserve a table. And then call us is going to be So call us, we can't actually, I don't know why they don't let us have a, I don't know why they don't let us have, we literally have to send them to another message that tells them to call us. So this message here, what we should do here is, let's see, location. So we're just going to pipe, for all these, we can just pipe them into location, I think. Because this location allows them to get our phone number and call us. This business hours also, can they get that from, yep, they can get the business hours from the location as well. So we'll send them there. For directions, we can also send them to location. And then this give feedback. We can create this new content here. So we need to come back over here and we need to select an existing, give feedback. So now our menu is done. So let's update that menu. So now we got it where we can look at our menu.
Yeah, it's there. I saw it in my phone.
We can reserve a table. We can do more. We can call you. We can do more. We can get business hours. All of those are the same flows. Or we can do more. we could give some feedback. Now in that feedback though, nothing happened whenever we asked for that feedback. There we go. There's that feedback. So what we would need to do here is so we'll get some positive feedback from them. So here we could go in and put Facebook. And then here we want to actually open up a website. What website would we open? Well, we would open up this website right here. So now we can send them there. Next thing, what was that? So we can review on Google. So you see what we're going to do there? We're just going to literally, if this guy had a, if this guy had a, if this guy has a Google business listing, then we can literally just open up the review field right in there. So, I mean, literally this, if they click on this, it will literally, whenever they click on this, it will open up that review field. So we're going to give them that option. We're going to open up a website. There's going to be the website. Review us on Google. So now we got a Google review. And let's do Yelp as well. There we go. Johnny Carinos. Shit, Johnny Carinos has a bad review, 2.5. What are you guys doing?
That's all.
So we're just going to leave Johnny Carinos there. So and we're going to open up that website, dump that guy in there. So now we've created a positive and negative feedback funnel. If they want to give us positive feedback, then we're not going to accept that in the bot. We're going to push them out to a social media site and have them leave that positive feedback on our social media site. Obviously, if they want to leave us a negative feedback, we're going to collect that right inside the bot, and we're not going to ask them to go out to Google and tell us how bad we suck. We're going to ask for that internally so that we are only getting good reviews out there on our public sites.
John.
Yeah.
Is there a possibility to go not from the ManyChat, but from the Google spreadsheet to ManyChat? So then you can fill in all the pictures, etc. So you can make your workflow in a spreadsheet and then fill ManyChat.
Nope. These guys here.
Yeah.
This data here and this data is the only data we can populate dynamically. We can't populate pictures and stuff dynamically right now.
Okay.
But we can send from Google. We can send from Zapier down to ManyChat. We've done that several times. This Zap right here does it, or this Zap right here. One of these Zaps does it. This Zap that we just got done running right here. So you can see this starts at Google Spreadsheets and then routes into ManyChat. But we cannot set these guys. We can't set images. We can only set, and we can't set button links or anything like that. We can only set the title and this, because here we could inject. We could inject like here. I could inject here. I can inject their first name and say, hey, whatever your first name is, review us on Facebook.
Oh, I've got a question. How do you get there the first name? That was a problem with me.
How do we get their first name? We just click that and then click first name.
Okay.
We just click this little user here allows us to get all the data that we have from the user, all the custom fields, and then any of the information we have. I'm really not sure what this page name is. So
I think the page name is of a business page.
I don't think so.
No?
I'm not sure. Let's find out real quick.
Yeah, the page name is the bot page name.
This is a bot's page name. That just seems so stupid for it to be the bot's page name. I mean, why would I want to?
The Facebook page in which you have the bot located.
Yeah, the Facebook page. Yes. It's the Facebook page.
Yeah, I guess it is Italian restaurant demo. So
yeah,
we don't want that there anyways. So let's get rid of that guy. So we've got a positive feedback. Now we need a negative feedback.
Is it possible to make a connection with a bot from page of the restaurant, Italian restaurant bot, to, for instance, the Dutch fries bot?
Yeah, totally. If you look at this bot right here, so if you look at my demo bot and you use the keyword check other bot.
Okay.
So you'll see my demo restaurant bot will pop up a message here because I'm subscribed to it. So you'll see right now my demo restaurant bot will be sending me a message right about now. See?
Okay. Is it also possible to get your bots in the left side of the Facebook page? For instance, when I look to the Italian restaurant demo, I see the guy with the hat and the white collar. And there you see home photos, reviews, post about community.
Could you get your bot here? No, you can't.
Yes, you can't.
No, these aren't editable. I don't think you can anyways. There may be a plugin or something, a Facebook plugin that allows you to do this, but I don't think there is. I think these are statically set based on the type of page that you create.
Yeah, but when I make an Insta page, you can make the Insta page also on the left side.
So that would be through some plugin then, I'm assuming.
Okay. So when I'm coming on the Italian restaurant demo, I go to send message, and there is the menu popping up, I think.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
And this looks pretty good, really. I mean, this Italian restaurant guy should be giving us a pretty penny for this spot. I would say we want to charge this guy at least $2K for this spot, at least a minimum $2K for this spot is what we'd want to charge this guy.
Yeah, it's a very good bot.
Can you share bots?
Yeah, you can clone a bot from one page to another page. So,
okay.
John, there is one thing when we give them a feedback that we don't have a table for him. Is there any option that we contact him back when we have? Not just leave him like this because he's a customer and he wants to reserve a table, but we don't have at the moment.
With a time schedule?
Well, I mean, we could do almost anything that we want. So, so we could go in here, right? We could go in here, I guess, and add a status like reopened. And then on that reopened status, we could trigger out that same piece of content with a different tag to let him know, hey, that thing, that table booking that you wanted
it's available now.
It's now available because somebody canceled. So yeah, we could do that. We could just tie in a different status here, or we could do something else. So yeah, essentially we could do that. Let's add a little delay here.
What we can do is when there's no table, I'm doing that in the Netherlands for the Christmas Eve dinner. It's full, but when it's full, we gonna send recipe to the people. So have a nice evening, and you can make it on your own.
That's a good idea. So we could do something like that. So in our flow, if we don't have a table for him, we just ask him to book for another time and another day.
Yeah.
to be able to do things like offer up, to be able to do things like offer up suggestions, like, he booked at 3 p.m., but we don't have it available at 3 p.m. We've got it available at 4 p.m. and we want to now give him suggestions of other times that are available. We can totally do that, but that is not something we're going to easily do in ManyChat. For things like that, we're going to want to start actually leaning this guy more towards a custom build, because in those custom builds, and a custom build, we can do anything we want in a custom build because it's literally custom code that we're going to write there. So in a custom build, for example, we have some database of all his actual confirmed bookings, and then whenever somebody wants to make a reservation, we could query that table and tell him instantly, no, sorry, this is full. How about these other times? Because I don't have these other times full. And he could go in and say, yeah, I'll take that time. So in a custom bot, that's really easy to do. But in a ManyChat bot or a chat fuel, then, as you can see, we can build plenty of advanced functionality even in a ManyChat or a chat fuel bot, but we're still limited to how advanced we can get it. There comes a point in time where the level of engineering that we're going to have to do to make shit work on ManyChat or chat fuel, it's better to us just to go in and tell our client that, hey, this is not a feature that we can build on this bot platform. For this, we want to start building you out a custom bot and start introducing prices.
When you build a custom bot, what language do you use, or how you make it?
You can use whatever language that you want, but I particularly prefer Node.js to build the custom bots. But you can use any language that you want whatsoever, because you're literally just for the bot. You're just on the bot side. You're just interfacing with the Facebook Messenger API. So you're just making API calls, and you can make an API call from any language. But I prefer Node because it's Facebook's language of choice, and there's already several open source libraries in Node that are built just for Facebook bots. So to have to go in and actually build out some builder like this or build out all these elements, then you can just grab a Node library that is going to include all these elements already, so it makes the bot build much faster.
When Facebook changed something or update the names of the field of first name or email or something, do you have to rebuild that bot from scratch, or you
don't have to rebuild it from scratch? But if Facebook goes in and updates their stuff, then yes, you got to update your API calls. If Facebook changes an API edge from broadcast to push broadcast, then yes, you're going to have to go in and and update that. It's not just going to automatically update. So yeah, you're going to have to go in and actually update that if Facebook changes their stuff, which they will. But even these guys are going to have to make an update. If Facebook goes in and makes an update, these guys are going to have to make an update. Now, will we make an update? We won't have to, because we're using this platform. They'll make the update for us. But here in this platform, we're going to be somewhat limited to what we can do. Not so limited, but somewhat limited. If we really want to have some real advanced fun, like we were looking at Johnny Carino's the other day, and we saw Johnny Carino's had like 200 restaurants, right? If I want to have a really easy way that says, hey, find a restaurant, dude gives a zip code, and I give him back 6 or 7 different possible locations based on his zip code. To do that, I need a custom bot. Now, can I build that in a custom bot? Yeah, I can build that relatively simple in a custom bot. Dennis showed us an example of 1-800-Flower assistant, where whenever you put in an address, they would go in and resolve that address and say, no, hey, this address doesn't exist. How about these other addresses, and give you back suggestions. If I wanted to do that, I also need a custom bot. Now, my custom bot could do that really easy, because I could use, for example, the United States Post Office. They offer in their API, they offer an address validation service, which I'm almost certain gives back suggestions if you give a malformatted address. So we could just hit that API. We could collect the address from the user, pass that to that API. If it's a valid address, just let them continue their flow. If it's an invalid address, then send them out a new flow with, whatever the first 5 address suggestions that we got from that API, and ask them, hey, do you want to use one of these guys? But that is going to require us to go in and actually do the custom bot build. Which is great for us, because if we do a custom bot build, if I'm using this platform, let's say I'm gonna charge you some $25, $30 an hour to build something out like this, because the level of skill that's required in this, I can have one of my freshers do, and it doesn't require a huge engineering skill set. But if I'm going to build a custom bot for you, that requires a huge engineering skill set, because a guy's got to be fluent in a programming language, particularly Node.js. So now at that point, it opens up the door for me to charge you some $80, $100, $150 per hour per dev hour. So I would much rather get that custom bot build out there, because it's more robust in what I can do, and obviously it's a lot higher ticket price.
Okay.
Do you charge for maintenance afterward, or just you charge once?
I always want residuals, so yeah, I'm gonna try to price in some type of maintenance, some type of hosting fee. Just today, I sold a bot today. I mean, it wasn't a high value. It was just a $500 bot. It was to some guy that teaches. It was for some guy that teaches, and you can see what I charged him. He's a language teacher, and this is what I charged him. And it's just literally a $500 price tag for the bot build, and then a $20 a month hosting fee, because I'm going to host it on ManyChat. It's just going to be a ManyChat bot. So I'm going to use Pro. That's $10 a month, and I'm going to upcharge that another $10 a month, so that I make a little profit on the monthly residual there. So yeah, I want to, and this is just a hosting fee. Now, if I was going to do a maintenance fee, I already talked to him about the maintenance fee, but I'll introduce the maintenance fee after we do the initial bot build. Then I'll send him an invoice for the maintenance fee. But yeah, I want to charge a maintenance fee. That, like, I want to charge a retainer, let's say 10 hours a month, right? I want to charge a 10-hour a month retainer. Use it or lose it, buddy. You can use up to 10 hours a month, and then anything after 10 hours. And I'm going to give you that 10 hours at a premium, let's say. So I'll give you 10 hours a month retainer at a premium. And then anything after that 10 hours, I'm going to charge you the standard price per hour. And then that 10 hour retainer that I have you on is literally, I'm gonna call it a use it or lose it. You use those 10 hours, and if you use those 10 hours and you need more, then it's going to be billed at an additional hourly rate per consumption at this rate. If you don't use those 10 hours, well, then I'm just going to put that money in my pocket, and then next month you're also going to get 10 hours. So yeah, I mean, you definitely want to build in this subscription model and have a residual subscription, because if not, then you're not going to have any cash flow whenever you don't have bot builds in play. If you have some type of monthly retainer, then you'll find that a lot of these people, you build in this monthly retainer, they won't actually consume them. I mean, you give them 10 hours and they're going to come with you this month, maybe 3 hours worth of maintenance charge. So you spend 3 hours, you pocket 7 hours worth of profit for doing nothing. And that guy's going to pay that fee every single month, because he has to, because that's his retainer. He wants his bot to keep working. That's his retainer. Now that gives you some cash flow where, let's say you're charging a $100 a month retainer, right? So now you go in and you spend a year busting ass, and you build 100 bots. Well, guess what? You could just quit building bots and be making 10K a month doing nothing just on a retainer. And then now at this point, what that really allows you to do is completely target a different audience, right? Because now you got some cash flow coming in. Now you don't have to go out after this guy that's got a $500 budget. You can go after a guy with a $5,000 budget or a $20,000 budget, because you've got the upper hand, because you have a cash flow, and you're not so strapped for cash that you're like, fuck it, I'll take whatever I can get because I need the money, right? Now you got some money in pocket. You're not strapped for cash. Now you can pick and choose who you want to work with. Oh, you got a $500 budget? Well, I can't work on that budget. So I'm going to refer you over to my buddy John. He'll give me a kickback of $100. He'll build out the bot. He'll make a profit. I'll make a little kickback just for the referral, but I'm not going to deal with those people who have a low budget. Why? Because I've got money in pocket. I've got some cash flow coming in, even if I don't do any work. So I can focus my time now going on those guys with a higher ticket. And if it takes me a little longer to catch that fish, then it's no problem, because I mean, I got beer in hand, right? If I don't catch a fish, no problem. I can sip my beer because I got some money in hand. So you definitely want to be getting those residuals, because if not, if you're not getting residuals, then you're gonna be constantly chasing that client. You're gonna always be chasing that client to get some money. Now, what do you do? What do you do? Let's say this guy orders this $500 bot from me. All right. Now I've got some time expenditure in building his bot. Now let's say I've got four clients out there. I've got 4 poles, 4 bobbers in the water. Now when this $500 guy bites, now I got to spend my time reeling him in. Now what happens if I get a nibble on my other bait, right? For a $5,000 bot client? Well, can I build that bot? Well, sure, you can build that bot if you're sitting in my position and you got, some 30 resources, some 30 engineers out there at your beck and call, and you just tell one of them, hey, stop whatever the hell you're doing, go do that. But let's say you're running this it's a dog and pony show and you're running it all by yourself, right? You don't have any help.
Dog and pony show.
So now what? Now you're stuck building this bot. I mean, you can't hook this guy in and get him. I mean, obviously he needs to give you some type of down payment. In this case, since it's such a low value, I'm going to charge it's $500. I'm going to charge you that all up front. So if you hook this guy and now he's paid you some down payment and he's expecting his bot to be built, you guys have agreed on some terms, some delivery terms. Well, now while you're reeling him in, doing his job, now somebody else is biting on your other line, and here's this guy with a 10K with a 10K budget. Now, what do you do with this guy? I mean, if you can't just throw one reel down and grab this other reel and reel that in, because something could happen with that guy and you don't want to lose the guy that you first hooked, right? And plus, you don't want to do business like that. You don't want to start a contract with this guy and say, hey, yeah, hell yeah, I'll build this for $500, no problem. It's going to be a 2-week, 3-week delivery, whatever. And then now you can't go back to this guy and tell this guy, well, you know what? I got a new client. He's paying 10K. You're going to have to wait on yours. You know why? Because this guy could possibly know your new client. If not, he probably knows 5, 10 other business owners. And I guarantee you, he's not going to tell his 5 or 10 friends, oh, you know what? You should do business with this guy because he quoted me a price of $500, and then he told me 3 weeks, and then 2 days later he told me basically to fuck off because somebody's paying him more money and he doesn't want to work with me anymore. So you're going to lose sales like that. You literally can't do business like that. So if you want to be able to do that, if you want to be able to be picky about who your clients are and wait it out and say, you know what, this guy's going to offer me, he's going to offer me some $500, but I know I have a potential client out there that I'm in the works with talking to that he's got a $5,000 budget. Well, if you want to be able to wait that time and have that ability to be pick and choose, you need that monthly revenue. You need some cash flow in hand, because if not, you're going to find that you're strapped for cash. You need some cash. So you're just going to agree to whatever amount somebody comes in and decides to give you. So definitely, yeah, you always want to be collecting that residual revenue. In my perspective, I definitely want to be collecting that residual revenue all the time. So yeah, you want to have some retainer. So now here we just need to go in here and basically go in and collect this. We want to go in and collect this information about their bad experience. So we'll just start. Could you tell me what day and time around what day you had this bad experience, please? So let's put that in there. Let's ask them another question. So let's go ahead and ask them.
Or we can ask him what happened and then notify the admin.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do here. Can you give me a brief overview of the experience? And then I'm just going to ask them, if they talked to anybody about this already.
How to
yes, we'll
how
do
to unsubscribe?
how to unsubscribe.
Yeah, from the monthly payment.
How to unsubscribe from the monthly payment.
Here's saying the plan is advanced bot tutorials, US dollars 10, and it's $10 per month.
Mm-hmm.
But it's every month $10.
That's correct.
Okay, but how do I unsubscribe?
You don't unsubscribe. I mean, but if you want to unsubscribe, then you just have to contact me and say, "Hey, John, I don't want to pay you anymore."
You hooked for
and then I gotta go in and unsubscribe you.
Okay. Okay.
But you can unsubscribe. But like I said, it's not an automated process. You just need to contact me, and then I'll have to go in and actually cancel your subscription out.
Okay. Perfect.
So. So now we want to, from here, automatically continue, and we'll just continue into an action group where we will open a conversation and notify admins, and then we'll probably tag them that they are an unhappy customer. And then here, we're probably going to do the same thing. We're going to ask them, we're just going to go in and do that. We're going to collect who they did that. And then I think we're just going to route them automatically right down into there. So we'll collect that additional piece of information. So now our feedback funnel is built. We can go in and see if they want positive feedback, then we'll route them out here to the public facing feedback sites. If they want to give us a negative feedback, then we're going to go in and collect that inside the bot. And then just basically collect some more information about their feedback, about their experience, ask them when they had it, if they remember the waitress name, if so, what was it, if they can give us a brief overview, and then find out if they already talked to somebody about this, if they already reported this. If they did, we're going to find out who they reported it to, and then we could go in and ask them if it was resolved there, or if it was resolved there, or if if that person suggested any particular action or anything like that. So that's all that's all things that we could figure out at any time. But I think you guys get the point of what we needed to do here. So I think for the purposes that we're creating now, I think that this guy is good. So now the functions in our bot. So now we've got give feedback. So let's just come over here in our automation and let's add a couple things. We've got message contains menu. We need to go in and do book a table, reserve dinner, reservation, table booking. I think those are enough keywords to trigger out. If message contains any of those guys, we want to select an existing, reserve a table. So, and then we can do a new feedback, complaint. Experience, feedback, review. Message contains any of those. We're going to give this, give feedback. Looks like we've got a confirm reservation. Content, let's go to our content. Let's go to this confirm reservation. Edit this guy, publish that guy. Let's go back to our content. I don't think any of these are actually, what's this question? That's not needed. This A/B test delete me, also not needed. This pleaser por favor, also not needed. This guy here.
John, I think the menu needs some modification because the cocktail menu, for example, when you check out, it's bring the price from the wine menu. I don't know why. Maybe something I did wrong.
So you're saying that this menu?
Yeah, this one. Check out the cocktail and the others. The trigger thing, I think, was the action was wrong, I think.
So first off, I want you guys to know that you cannot use float values inside MiniChat. So you want to just go ahead and make this $8. Because this is not going to work inside MiniChat. If I was to push, because we push your order total back down to you, remember, you can't have a decimal value in any of the numbers inside MiniChat. You can only have integer values. So you want to make these guys this. But your issue is here, look, you've got this guy right here. You're not setting this guy to the right value. You've got this guy right here. Right, you've got this guy right here. Okay, so let's just make him $10. So now he's set to $10. This guy is $7.25. Let's also make this guy $8. And see what you've done, you don't have this data correct. So you're not setting the correct data here, see? This data you need to be setting here.
Yeah, because I copied from the previous video.
Right, and that's fine. That's fine. You can copy there. Hey, Josh. Let me just, and see if you notice this is somebody that actually just responded to one of my ads. So this guy's actually just responded to one of my ads and he's told me yes, that he's interested in learning more about outsourcing some of his software development needs. So he's interacted with one of my Facebook Messenger ads that I just launched today, I believe.
John, this brings a question for me. Let's say that I have got a notification for that as an admin, I want to speak with a client, and when he was talking to me, he typed one of the keyword that triggered. Does the bot will interact with him again and send him the no way to stop the bot in this case when I'm manually speaking with the client?
No, it's supposed to stop. It's supposed to stop if you trigger an open conversation, and the bot's not supposed to reply while there's an open conversation. But that doesn't work. That doesn't work properly. So. So if you paid already, then basically what I need to do is come in here and do something like payment. Which one is this? Some type of confirm payment. In here. Oh, this guy right here. Let's run that guy. What the crap? Who was that just told me that? Someone just told me. Oh, it wasn't that guy.
Yes, that's me.
I need to actually go fix that trigger.
No problem.
I should be able to find you in here. Where email? Now you're all set.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Similar to Uber app, but for the maintenance industry. That was you. Try that again. Oh, never mind. Now you're getting the content delivered from the bot. And you can see this works pretty good. I mean, literally, I just did this ad today. So I literally just did that ad today. Maybe I did it yesterday, but it's this ad right here. Hello. So is this ad right here? This ad, I just literally set it up. I guess I set it up yesterday. And it looks like it's got right now it's got a cost per result at $7.96 per result, which if this guy ends up buying an application from me, then that's not a bad deal, because if that guy ends up buying an application, a mobile application is going to set you back at least $10,000. At least minimum is going to set you back at least $10,000, especially if you want a cross-platform application on iOS and on Android. It's going to set you back a pretty penny. So if I get this guy to actually convert on that ad, and it costs me some, and I'm actually trying not to get people to convert on that. I'm actually trying to get people to convert on a dedicated developer for $2,000 a month for a senior level resource. So even if those guys convert at that, then obviously this conversion cost is nothing. If it costs me $7, $8 to find the dude, and they have a $2,000 residual monthly spend, then I have no problem whatsoever paying this $7 or $70 or $700 for that matter. It doesn't bother me to pay $700 to find somebody who's going to spend $2,000 a month on end. That doesn't bother me at all.
I don't have the problem to pay you $1 million when I can make $1 billion.
And we fucking like billions, right? We definitely like billions. So. So I think, guys, honestly, I think this would be a good time to take a little break. We've built out a lot of the functionality of this bot, so we've done a bunch of different stuff. Let me check.
Yes, otherwise I have to make a divorce bot.
This is 3:46. I would say probably around 5, I'll do another training video, and probably around 5 we can start another one of these. Because this will probably be a pretty quick intake call with this guy, and just get an overview of what he actually wants, what he wants us to build.
Good luck with him.
Yeah, that's my opinion. And in my opinion, you need to talk to them while they're hot and they want information. So I'm actually going to call him right from this platform right here so that I can have the call recorded. And then I will see you guys in, maybe if you come back, I'll see you guys in about an hour. All right.